Hello and welcome back once again to another video from Detailology here in Adelaide, South Australia. Tonight I thought I'd just quickly show you some of the pads that I've got in my little collection. I don't have as many as what I'd like because I need to spend some money on my car to get it really running well. But I'll show you a few things that I've got in here. And then what I want to start with, first we're going to go from most aggressive to the softest, okay? First on the list is the Osmond Denim pad. They're available in thin and thick styles, in small and large size. So there we go with the denim. I've used a few of these, basically like a pair of jeans. There's also the thin and thick velvet pads, as you can see right here. Excuse me. So these are best for orange peel reduction and removal of severe defects. You can cut them to size, put them on your DA polisher and use them to take deep scratches out. Obviously sanding some scratches out is necessary and a better and safer way to go. So that's those. They're the most aggressive pads I know of, although I do have some pads on the way from France and Europe and America hopefully soon that will be even stronger than those, or just as strong but finish a little bit better. Now these with our expert polishes, which are up here, the Expert Ultra Tech, High Tech and the Dueling Polish, will not cause these pads, regardless of how strong they are, to leave horrible hologramming, marring or deep marks, okay? Or any haze really. Because of the way the abrasives and the whole formulation is. It's a whole new formulation and far superior. It's all water based, so that helps. Basically in a nutshell, the products are polishes, not compounds. They'll correct like a compound, but they'll finish way better and allow any pad to do its job without causing horrible damage. Next on the scale, after denim and velvet, is actually not wool, it's rayon. And the rayons are made by Flexi Pads in England, available in 50mm all the way up to 160mm, I think it is, or 170mm. So here's a basically a 5-inch, if you want to call it that. They start out very, very stiff and hard, and when you wash them over time, the resin gets lighter, the resin breaks down a bit, and they soften up. You'll still get good cut though, and a good finish. Now these have become more like a wool now. Basically, to me, this is a 21st century equivalent of a wool pad. Cuts like wool, if not stronger. Definitely stronger on most occasions, especially for ceramic paint and other hard paints, but finishes like a medium cutting foam or a hard polishing pad, especially with our polishes. If you use something else, you may end up with some nasty marks. Now I've got these down to a 1-inch. Basically, I've cut them down so I can fit them on my Dynabraid pneumatic polisher with a 1-inch backing plate on it. How cute is that? For the most tiniest areas you can imagine. So rayon is next in the coarseness scale. I did do a BMW recently that was ceramic paint, and I not only took all the severe scratches out in 2 minutes basically in 1 to 2 minutes per section, which is 3x3 or 2x2, but I actually took half the peel out as well, without compromising the clear coat really too much at all. Again, with the expert polishes, which are across here, basically you do not get the damage caused by the pads like you do with others, because of the way the formulation is, the water-based formulation, the way the abrasives don't dig into the paint and leave swells. They're very, very forgiving and work extremely well. Now, after the rayon, we've gone denim, velvet, rayon. Next, of course, after that is wool, I believe. And there are a few different types. You've got your Buff and Shine 4-ply 100% wool compounding pad. You have a one-ply pad as well, which is available. There's obviously untwisted wool and twisted wool. There's synthetic wool, which is like a polyacrylic blend. There's knitted wools as well. I'm not a fan of synthetic wools, really at all, because they increase risks of damage, burning or whatever, and they also actually cause more swirls than natural wool does. So I've got some little Dynabraid ones here. These are actually made from Australia. They're all made from Australian wool, but these are actually a guy from Lebanon actually comes in, buys the wool in Australia, goes back, gets all these made up in Lebanon and sells them all over the world apparently. He's got really good shipping deals on it so that he can have it shipped out from Lebanon and it'll rock up in Australia in 2 days. They work really well. The only things I've found is that with the jeweling polish that we have, tends to make them fall apart. Not fall apart, but can make them sort of get all funny and loose, and the fibres all sort of go funny. So that's only with the jeweling polish though, which is probably this pad here, I think. See what the jeweling polish did to that pad? Now that's not really a fault of our polish, it's just the way that the polish probably, well, I don't know whether it's the polish, the way it works or what, but it just basically didn't work with the wool. Now with the jeweling polish you can use that with rayon, denim, whatever you want to use. Now it's not designed, the jeweling is not really designed to cut and correct major damage, it's only there to do the fine jeweling work at the end, or cleaning paint with a strong pad. But whatever it did with this pad, I'm not sure what happened, but this pad didn't like it at all, so don't use those with the jeweling polish. So after wool, we come down to our, which is something that's been quite the buzz in the industry for a while now, and it's microfiber. This is an optimum polishing pad, microfiber pad. I like the thickness of these. Don't want to have too much foam, especially if you're using a random orbital polisher such as this guy, or a DA, because they reduce the action. I believe, I could be wrong about this, but I believe that having too much foam here could reduce the power and the action of the performance of the DA, especially a random orbital, because it's cushioning it too much. So I'm using these at the moment. I'm not using the cutting ones anymore because I do have some here, but they had problems with the glue with the Optimum ones, and there's just too much foam. I mean, to me that just doesn't, I've used them with the Dynabraid heads up there, and it just doesn't spin in random orbital mode. Probably okay in forced rotation, but I'm going to go to Flexi Pads in there, microfibers instead. So microfibers are good medium range cutting pad, can polish really nicely, can correct a lot of things. I prefer to use a rayon for some things over the microfiber, but the microfibers are a good tool now, a good thing. The Flexi Pads ones obviously are, I reckon, better from what I've seen so far. Once I try them I'll find out, but yeah, that's microfiber. And of course after that there are other things that are coming my way from Europe and America, but basically you've got foam. You've got your little black foams. I've got some a couple of Lake Countries here, some golds and blacks, which is all I really use of theirs. Some 90 ppi Hex Logic Buff and Shine, some black, some orange polishing and yellow finishing Flexi Pads, some Buff and Shines there, some Festool pads. A couple of DRC's pads for testing with the center thing, which works really well. But my favourite foam pad of all has to be the Flexi Pads Ivory. 100 to 120 ppi foam, advanced European foam, magnificent, with the following backing plate on a rotary. Here he is right here. Basically you slip the little guy in there, ding, and off you go. And nice thick cushioning so you can get a nice jeweled finish. You don't want to use a stiff plate with a soft pad because that just doesn't work. So basically with a DA or rotary, the finer you're going with the pad, the softer you can and thicker you can make your plate, so that you don't end up with a stiff. You don't want to use something like this. This is what I use with the denim and velvet pads sometimes on hard paint. Mega thin, no flex at all. Imagine using that with the rayon. It just doesn't work that way. It wouldn't work well at all. So that's what I use for rotary jeweling most of the time. I've never seen a pad that works so nicely on every paint system and just jewels the finish down so fine. Use this one with the Expert High Tech and the jeweling polish. So that's the foam, basically all done. There's a few more in here. I've got some edge pads and some more buff and shines and a couple of Maguire's old beigey ones. These are a good pad back in the day, earlier days. So that's my little collection right now. I'm going to have a ton more coming soon from Europe, the UK, and Malaysia, all over the place, and some very exotic and unusual materials. But that's what I've got right now, and basically, yeah, I mean, that's what I've got. So we've basically gone from denim and velvet down to rayon, microfiber and foam. Now Shore Buff do exist as well. I don't have any at the moment. They basically were a great thing. They work well. They're a little bit hazy though, and I found the durability of the material itself a little bit disappointing. So, but I will be buying some more. But until that time, until I get those, obviously this is all I got. So thanks for watching once again, and hopefully I'll be back very soon with some more videos basically on technique and from start to finish with the Expert Ultra High Tech and jeweling polish. So yeah, thanks for watching. This is Matt saying goodbye for now from Detailology in Adelaide. Take care guys, bye.